Hey, Tamieka.
Hey, Del.
Yeah, I can start this segment like this because for those of you who don't know, this is one of my former students, and I'm very proud of you. But I should also point out, are you having that anxiety dream that says there was one paper that you didn't turn in and you got an F?
I am. It all came flooded back to me. Thank you so much for having me, though.
I just want you to know that you didn't turn that paper in yet, and yes, I am still withholding your grade.
I remember those days. Oh my gosh.
What is the QT?
QT is my new project that I'm so excited about. It's actually a romantic comedy web series that we've been able to film completely remotely. We we adhered to all social distancing rules once we got the stay-at-home order in Los Angeles. And it's just been really cool to see it come to life. We have actors from all over the country taking part of this project.
I was fascinated when I was watching it because it starts out in episode 1 where is that the empty sofa, and then the actress comes in. Was that scripted?
Yeah, everything is scripted. I write the episodes.
So they're doing what you tell them to do. This is not natural on their part.
No, I mean, with any acting, they bring themselves and their experiences, but they do have a script of the scenario, the dialogue, everything. It's no different than anything else you're watching on TV that's like a drama or a comedy.
Now, one of the things that has so many people amazed at what you're doing is that it's a storyline that they can follow. It is in quarantine, so everybody is now having to interact the way we all interact now. But also, you're not making it look dumb. Some of the soap operas I know on the West Coast are having love scenes with dummies, or it's their wife. And I saw one, not that I ever watched these things, but I saw one where he kept looking at her and she looked at him and he looked at her. That took up 15 minutes, and I'm saying kiss, but then I realized they can't. How do you get that love drama remotely?
Great question. And I grapple with this weekly, just how long can I really sustain telling a story where two people are not in the same room? So I really just rely on the story and the conversations and raising the stakes, introducing conflict. So we don't have to kiss if we're mad at each other. So
who are your most popular characters?
Oh, great question. We get a lot of excitement about the characters of Del, which is the up-and-coming comedian who's the ex of the main character.
Now, how did that name come about? How did that name come about?
Because I just happen to know some really legendary people of the same name. So I'm like, why not? If we want this character to win, it's all in the name.
So he's one of the popular ones. Who else is popular?
He really is. And then obviously the lead character, Janelle, everyone's excited to watch her story, and they see with the character of Dell, they see how far she's come, and why she's kind of leery about entering a new relationship after being hurt so much. Tony's another one. He's the quirky roommate. People tend to like the funny characters, I noticed. Same thing with Nicole, who's unfocused with her job. She wants to be an actress, but she's showing up teaching elementary school of all things to bide her time. So they really relate to the funny characters.
So let me ask you this. How difficult is it to script a drama about a possible hookup without a possible hookup?
Right. It's very challenging, but I love our fans because they stick with us. They get it. They understand that, this is not a traditional production. But yeah, it's just actually very fun to just get people excited about I think we're all going through that personally, with this whole quarantine, just the hope that one day you will be able to hook up. You know what I mean? So that's kind of fun to watch.
When I wrote my first book, my wife asked me, she said, I liked your characters, now what are they going to do? And, you spend so much time working on the characters and the developments and the storyline and the backstory. When somebody says, what's next, there's almost a point where you want to collapse into a little ball and cry. So when quarantine is over, what are you going to do?
Well, right now, we're relying on just the show to just grow and people to get behind it. because we would love to move to a traditional production when it's safe to do so, not a moment sooner. When it's safe to do so, when the quarantine is over and we don't have the threat of a virus for our actors and our crew, we would love to do a traditional production. So to be on set and hopefully have a network deal or a streaming deal and go from there. So,
Tamieka, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about whether or not this drama is going to reflect real life. So stay with us.